Hey everybody, welcome to the California Insurance Agents channel where we help insurance agents grow their book of business, especially in a state like California. Today I'm joined by none other than Gaylan Hendricks. She is the CEO of SSB, which is a health insurance powerhouse and nationally known as the Queen of the Bundle. I mean, she needs no introduction, but I just wanted to do a quick one just because we're going to dive into how to grow your book of business through cross-selling and smart cross-selling, especially, the agents that don't know how to do this from the expert herself. So this is going to be a good one, especially with tactics and the mindsets and, sort of the the stories that we tell and all of that. You'll get a sneak peek of what she's going to share at our California Insurance Agents Conference. So, Galen, welcome back to the channel. You're no stranger. And
Hey,
I'm so grateful that you're on today.
well, it's a pleasure. We got to see each other last week for a little bit, so
That was
that was
fun.
cool.
That was a great event.
Um, Looking forward to coming to California. It's so crazy because we'll come across California agents every now and then, and they're like, "We just don't have anything to sell in California. There's nothing to sell in California." And they couldn't be more wrong. I mean, the truth of the matter is there's a lot to sell out in California, but I think the thing that is so misconceived is what do we sell out there? How do we sell it? How do we get agents understanding what they need so they can do a really good job for the clients that they serve? And I know some of y'all think that I'm doing this intentional because y'all won the World Series last year, but I'm actually going to a Texas Rangers game today. Fortunately, I can say that we held our own against the Dodgers. They didn't kill us the entire time they were here, but I love baseball, and I think baseball is a really good analogy for our business. It's one of those sports where you get to excel as an individual, but you also get to work in a team. And I think that that is what we're going to do when we come to California.
Mm,
We've got agents that always say, well, this is my business, that's your business. The truth of the matter is, our client is all of our concern.
that's right.
And they should be more than ever now. I think in California, one of the things we need to really focus on is taking care of clients with cancer products before they turn 65. It's a heck of a great market in California. A lot of our agents either fall on one side or the other in California, I've noticed. They either fall in that they're just totally a T65 guy and they're taking care of all the T65 business, or they're an ACA agent. And I think where you, Andrew, and a lot of the California agents that I've had the privilege and honor of working with in California are the ones that sit dead in the middle. If you work that 40
Right.
to 65 age group, you are going to pick up a lot of Californians before they turn 65, and they automatically will be your client for Medicare Supplement or Med Advantage when they turn 65. The sad part about California is that a client cannot buy a cancer plan once they've turned 65, which is just a tragedy to me. It's a travesty. It's crazy. And I'm trying to get the California Insurance Commissioner where we can really speak to them about this. So if we have any agents out there that have a really good connection that could get us in front of the California Insurance Commissioner, we honor that and welcome that, because I think so many times they think they've got it all lined out because California is just so full, like Texas, of property and casualty stuff going on all the time, that a lot of times the commissioner's eyeballs are not always on everything that it needs to be on.
Right.
And
Okay.
so, what I would encourage every agent watching right now is to start writing your clients' cancer plans before they turn 65. These are guaranteed renewable plans and they can keep them for life. So get out there and get them written, that cancer plan. Those of you that always watch me and beep in, you love when I say, hey, you know what the difference is between an agent that gets a client at age 50 versus 65, and they always go 15 years, 15 years of renewals. You're going to be paid renewal income on that cancer policy. These clients will not cancel those cancer policies. 1 out of 2 men and 1 out of 3 women are going to be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. 87% of the cancers that are diagnosed are in people ages 50 and older. So right there is a reason to get contracted to sell cancer policies. I'm a big fan of Aetna. If anybody has any questions, we can connect them. But Manhattan Life has a fantastic one, and Andrew writes a lot of Manhattan Life. We would encourage you to come to the conference to see Manhattan Life. They're going to have a presence there.
They are.
We've
I
both
haven't
been
announced
on
it yet, but you heard it here first, folks.
Okay. Well, surprise. We're actually going to get a lot of their products in all of the agents' hands. We have agents out there that think once a client takes an ACA plan that they can't buy Manhattan Life anything. Well, we've seen the Hospital Indemnity Select pick up. We're working on getting it in California, but until we get it there, you can certainly write the dental, vision, and hearing plan, and you can write the Manhattan Life Choice plan until you get the Hospital Indemnity Select there. We've also seen Andrew, the star of the conference, just qualify on dental, vision, and hearing alone. So when you write dental, vision, and hearing along with cancer, along with affordable choice classic plan, to me, that is the choice in California. I still call it the choice plan because it is the choice. That's why we call it affordable choice. But we have classic, we have the elite, we have the elite plus, and we'll be talking about all those products. We're going to do some role playing when I'm actually at the conference this time.
Love that.
So if you are the number one agent and you want to do some role playing, I've had to bump a lot of y'all out of the seat because I've been doing it for a really long time. And I love to show agents how to better serve their clients. I mean, that's what we're all about. Like I always say, the income is great, but once you do the right thing for people, the blessings just pop into your bank account. So, we're gonna talk a lot about that. We're gonna show a lot of what we did here in our office, where we average 3.5 policies per client. The idea is to build a package of protection. Yes, I'm known as Queen of the Bundle, but everybody has just overused the word bundle where it doesn't make sense anymore. So I like to talk about building packages of protection. Yeah. Because a lot of our federal government, a lot of our state governments think agents are out there scaring people. We're not scaring anybody. We're preparing people. These things that happen to these seniors that agents have not prepared them for, is really scary for me. Home health care is a very big plan that needs to be written. We are working day and night at trying to get all of Manhattan Life's products approved in the state of California, just so that we can prepare these clients. I don't think there's anything worse, and you talk about scare and fear, is not to be prepared with the right insurance products and then find your assets just dwindling because you didn't spend $1 a day and got insurance companies to pay that for you. So that's what we're going to bring to the conference. We're going to show you what we've been doing for years. As a lot of you know that follow me, some of you may not know me, but what I love to do is I love to get in and work with all the states, NABIP chapters, so that we can make sure that you all know what's going on so that you can be better prepared. I think the whole idea of fear and being scared is when you just don't know what you're going to be faced with until you're that 1 out of 2 men or you're that 1 out of 3 women. And we're not even talking about day 22 of skilled nursing. I mean, a lot of people realize they've got skilled nursing care, but they don't realize sometimes you're going to be in skilled nursing sometimes for 2 months. And you got 21 days well taken care of, but what happens after that? So we're going to talk about that a little bit. I know some of you California agents are licensed in other states. We'll be talking about that as well. But we really want to focus on how to take better care of our California agents so that they can take better care of their clients there in
Love that.
California.
I love that.
So
And
that's what we're going to be bringing.
yeah, I mean, so yeah, you are the queen of the bundle for that reason. And in the context of, Medicare and ancillary sales, you just broke that down beautifully. But let's go back to your roots. How did you earn that title?
Well, I think that I saw the need for it long before anybody else did. We have a lot of one hit wonders out here that just write
Absolutely.
one product. And the problem is we're complaining about the 1-800 telephone number, people, whether it was the old Jimmy Walker ads or the old Joe Namath ads. The truth of the matter is we still compete with a lot of one hit wonders. And unfortunately, a lot of those one hit wonders are agents that will be at the conference. It's just sad, but it's true. So where I got my name is that I really believe in when you're talking to clients, you figure out when they're going to use their products and what they're faced with. And I had to face that personally with my mom and my dad
Hmm.
during their health crisis. With my dad, 52 years of age, didn't make it to his 53rd birthday, and it was financial devastation that killed my father first. The cancer would have gotten him, but it was not being able to provide for the family and not having enough savings.
Hmm.
With my mother, it was the long-term care situation. It was being on a 5-star rated health plan, but being placed in a below 1-star rated rehab facility for skilled nursing. And so I really want everybody to follow along with me when I talk to you about, let's just talk about the Med Advantage client first. When you've got a Med Advantage client, they're going to have 4 times that they're going to go use their zero premium plan that we are not allowed to say is free. And the reason we're not allowed to say it's free is because when they go to start using their Med Advantage plan, they're going to be asked for a lot of money out of pocket. And I love when I'm talking to California agents. Yes, I'm talking to you. When you say, oh, my client's not going to be out any money, they don't have a MOOP. MOOPs are not where your clients are hurt unless it's cancer. Where your clients are hurt is when you don't inform them of the out-of-pocket expenses they faced. And there's 4 times that happens. The first time, let's say they call an ambulance and they get popped in an ambulance ride. They're going to have an ambulatory copay. They don't know about. You're going to say you told them because you read the disclosure. They're not listening to you because they're so excited about zero premium. The second time that they're going to be exposed is when they get admitted to the hospital and they cannot get admitted for a certain reason. So they're sitting in there in that hospital under observation status. What are they going to get hit with if they don't get an admittance code by 12:01 a.m. the next day? They're going to have an observation stay that's not covered on their MA plan. So how are they going to pay for that? We gotta talk to them about that. Then the third thing that's going to happen is when they do get admitted, they're going to have daily copays. How are they going to pay for those? What we found last year is that a lot of these adult children love taking these Med Sup premiums and splitting them in half and knowing exactly what their mom and dad's out of pocket is so that these kids don't have to pull money out of their 401ks to take care of their parents. So that gives you 2 options. You can either talk to their adult children about spending $1 a day and buying ancillary coverage on mom and dad or splitting a Med Sup premium. And then I get agents saying, but these Med Sup premiums go up every day. Everything's going up. Y'all, they're buying more eggs than they've ever bought. And they're going up like crazy. Gas is high. All of that's going on. And they still pull it out of pocket. A lot of these seniors are still smoking. They need a cancer plan that's not going to charge them a smoker rate. And y'all don't even bring it up in the equation. Then the 4th time they're going to use their plan is when they're saying, hey, we can't keep you in the hospital any longer. You've got to go to skilled nursing. Great. They got 21 days of skilled nursing. What are they going to do on day 22? What are they going to do on day 34? These are all ways to bring this in. And a lot of you are just not doing that.
Right.
If they are a Med Sup client, you for sure need to be selling them dental, vision, and hearing. Only 12% of seniors have dental, vision, and hearing. And it's because when they retire, they're told they can't take their final expense and their dental with them. So they automatically assume they can't buy it. Guys, newsflash. 1 out of 1 people still die. I don't care if you're like Andrew Lee and you're going to live to be 112.
I hope
you're
I don't.
still going to die. You're still going to die. And then I'll have an agent say, well, I can't bring that up in scope of appointment. Okay, there's only 6 weeks a year that you got to worry about scope. What are you guys doing the other 46 weeks of the year? I'm working. Are you working, Andrew?
Damn
I'm
right.
calling these people and asking them about life insurance. Once they are your client, you can call them about anything.
Yeah.
So make sure that you're talking to them about this. When you ask a client, is your child going to pay for your funeral or are you going to pay for your funeral? That gets it real.
Right.
Because, Andrew, I don't want to get a call from my kid or my client's kid saying, hey, how much life insurance did my mom or dad have? I don't see a policy around here. They told me you could pay for it. You make lots of money. Is that truly what a client wants to do?
Right.
No. It's up to us to ask. So this is not scaring. This is preparing. And that is my new mission statement this year. We are not scaring. We are preparing. Yeah. When your adult children are scared is when their mom and dad call them and say, hey, I've got cancer and I don't know how to pay for it. And they don't have the money. And then they're like, hey, I've got a 401k. I can go pull that $1,000 out of that 401k. You'll do anything to keep your parents alive.
Right.
And parents will do anything to keep their kids alive.
Yeah.
So that's how I got into it. That's why I'm still into it. I just believe in taking really good care of our clients. And as an agent, I believe in writing myself my own financial vehicles. So if you're an agent and you're making good money and you're not writing yourself annuities, why the heck not? That extends your yields. So, that's what I do. I just use all the products that I've been offered to sell on myself. And guess what? Here's a new news flash. You heard it here first. You get paid commission when you sell yourself.
I was just about to get there. So everybody knows that you got to sell yourself on the opportunity first in order for this to work. Without that equation, there is no sale or no consistent sale. So that's what I truly believe. And that was sort of my mindset shift, into cross-selling. But yeah, just piggybacking off of what you just said right now. I mean, the money is in the bundle, like you always say, right? But can you give us like a real world example of where cross-selling transformed an agent's book or life?
Well, I always tell agents this when I'm recruiting them. If you've got a book of 1,000 policy holders, that should equate to 2,500 applications. So you can do that math, and we'll show that at your conference as well. But we have a form that we bring to the conferences, all the ones I speak of. It's all out on Queen of the Bundle. Scotty can get it to you. But it's just a sheet that goes through all the street level comps. And if you're selling to a client, let's just say you walk into a client and you sell them a Med Advantage policy. And then you say, listen, we're going to go over this disclosure form, and then I'm going to have a declination form you're going to sign. And what this declination form is, you're just basically saying no to cancer coverage. You're saying no to 21 days, more than 21 days of skilled nursing. You're saying no to life insurance. You're saying no to all of this. And when you say that, your client immediately goes, well, maybe I don't want to say no to all of that. Well, I hope not. Because that's what's going to protect your adult children from having to pull money out of their 401k to take care of what you should have taken care of. And bottom line, Mr. Jones, would you rather pay it out of your savings account, or would you rather pay that out of Aetna's account or out of Manhattan's account? For $1 a day, the insurance company will pay that versus you having to pull that money out of your assets. I'm an asset protector. That's what I've always been. That's what I'm always going to be until the day I die. And when agents think that way about their own assets, it's easy to sell that to the future. So that's what we like to do.
Yeah. And for those that are trying to, naturally pivot into this world, right? Because this is not, just from my experience, this isn't every agent's niche. It really is not,
No,
right? And
because
it's
they've
just,
not been taught.
that's right. Exactly. So what are the top three habits that you've seen from agents that have consistently grew their book year to year by education, by whatever you've seen?
Number one, ask. Remember, ask is always seeking knowledge. If you don't ask, you don't know. You don't ask, you don't grow. It's just that simple. When you think about scaling a business, I'm a big success follows success person. So I have 4 that I constantly quote and watch. The first one is Steve Jobs. You don't ever go in and get a new iPhone that you don't buy 3 to 4 things new to go with that iPhone. And nobody says, Andrew, the price is so high on an iPhone. They sign up, they walk out, they're dialing on their phone. All of you out there thinking it's about money, you've sold yourself a falsehood. You've sold yourself it's okay to fail. It's okay to fail my client. It's okay not to scale my business. It's okay to be a one-hit wonder. It's okay to be a one-app wonder. I don't buy that. And I don't believe in it. If you think about the second person that I just love to read and watch is Warren Buffett. He says, never invest in a replacement business. It's failure before it happens. Because if you can replace it, so can someone else. So I'm in a growing business. If I'm going in and talking to a client, I want more than one product with that client. And I used to think that was crazy when I read that by Buffett, because I was like, aren't you in the real estate business? Aren't you just selling them a house to get them out of that house and into another house? No, he was the one that started really teaching young people how to invest in real estate so that they could grow their income. Then I believe in the Sam Walton theory. Sam Walton believes in a one-stop shop. If you can't buy it in Walmart, you don't need it. Think about all the things he's brought into Walmart. Now, they failed at insurance. Why did they fail at insurance? Because it takes explanation. It's not like people walk into a Walmart going, hey, I want insurance today.
Well, Gaylan, I did hear your voice at Walmart about the Ronald McDonald House. So you're sort of there. The presence is there.
So there's that. And then when you think about Zig Ziglar says you do enough good things for the people, you do right by yourself. And I really honestly believe in that. And I also believe in his objections training. He always said, there's 3 objections you're going to get. I don't care if you're selling pots and pans, insurance, books, encyclopedias. Nobody buys encyclopedias anymore. I get that. But that's what Zig used to say. Now, he used to say, the first thing somebody's going to say is, I can't afford it, because they don't want to pay for something they need. They want to pay for something they want. So cannot afford is just a crazy thing. If you truly can't afford $30 a month, how can you afford $3,000 out of pocket? So what I always like to do is ask, who do you know that this has happened to? Who helps you with your financial decisions? If they tell me, Gaylan, I make all my financial decisions by myself, I've already overcome. I can't afford it. I need to think about it. And I need to check with somebody. Those are the 3 objections Zig Ziglar says you'll always get. So there are a lot of great people out there you can follow, but those are my 4. And those 4 have made more money than probably most third world countries individually, right? So follow success. If you want to get good at something, you come to the conference, you listen to I just celebrated 40 years in this business. I know you're not 40, but I celebrated 40 years in this business and I know what I'm doing. But I also seen other people do it. So if you want to look at the value of your book, it's the value of who could really take your book away from you. If you've got 3 or 4 policies in a household and you're saying, by the way, you've got this younger spouse over here, who do they have for health insurance? I can take care of them as well. These agents that refer all this younger business out, I'm like, why on earth would you do that? When you're Sam Walton, it doesn't matter if you're 85 or 5. There's a product for you in Walmart. If you're doing business with Steve Jobs, it doesn't matter if you're 85 or 5. You got one of these. Go to a restaurant, see how many 5-year-olds are on them. And then when you look at Zig and all the kindness that he exhibited all those years, and people still quote him. A 5-year-old needs health insurance just like an 85-year-old.
That's right.
I mean, how could you ever not follow that kind of success? If you're Buffett, you're selling to 85-year-olds, 55-year-olds who've got 5-year-olds that matter to them. So all the people I follow are successful people that have followed successful people. We all create something that's unique to ourselves. For me, I'm the queen of the bundle. But anybody that's following me knows that that is just the right thing to do for the client. You're protecting their assets. Think about a client that's got a root canal and a crown and they're on 0 premium. How much money do they really have in the bank to go down to spend $2,300? But an agent will tell me, I'm not going to offer them a $1,500 dental plan for $30 a month. Why are you so cocky that you don't care more about your clients to offer them everything? Because I can tell you what, they're either going to pay 18% interest to get that tooth operated on, pulled out of their mouth, and an implant or something done. But if you'd have just offered them the dental, vision, and hearing, or better yet, gone into all your local dentist office, all of you that bitch, moan, and groan that you don't get any leads, partner up. I mean, when you're griping, I don't listen. I'm immune to negativity. I turn that around to, sounds like to me you've got a lead problem. I sure do. I can't get any. No, it sounds to me that you're not interesting enough that when you walk into a dentist office, they don't want to partner with you. What? You mean you haven't walked into any dental offices? Why? You can remove all those care credit applications and now put in dental, vision, and hearing applications. And everybody's happy. The dentist is happy because he's not charging his client 18% interest. The client's happy because they have dental insurance. They look good. They feel good. And you look good because now you've got mama money coming in the bank instead of complaining that nobody's helping you in this industry.
Yeah. Under 65 dental is a must. I mean, would you agree it's top two
100%.
claims that we make under 65? And for people that are over 65, obviously, you're going to have more limits if you're on a Medicare Advantage plan, or anything like that. So I totally agree on just really locking down dental, knowing what the benefits are, knowing what the clauses are, and really being that agent to assist really. I want to be careful of and mindful of your time. I know you're busy and you have some fun things and some good things to do today. Um, Before we spill the beans on what you're going to talk about at the California Insurance Agents Conference, when is it a good time? When is it a good time from a producer, a solo producer, to go into building an agency with this model in mind? And what are some pitfalls they should look for?
Well, I think, first of all, what is the definition of an agency? I think so many times we get viewed as a multi level business because everybody's thinking they've got to recruit. That's not what this business was built on, and that's not what this business is. This business is about providing what's good for clients. And if you're what's good for clients, you don't need a bunch of agents. You may be the best thing in your neck of the woods. So focus on just your solo agency. And when you do bring in somebody, start bringing in customer service people to service your block. Building this model is not difficult. When is the best time to start? Now. You can buy age data, you can partner up through Integrity or whoever you're working with and buy age data. You can buy under age 65 data for around 2 cents a name. Google it. It's easy. Start calling clients and ask them, who do you currently have for your health insurance provider? That right there is going to get you in the door. When they say, well, why do you need to know? I need to know because what I do is build packages of protection. And I've discovered a lot of people have a very basic health insurance program, but they don't have a package of protection. Meaning, if you're the 1 out of 2 men or the 1 out of 3 women that get diagnosed with cancer, you don't have any type of disability income. So if you lose your job, what income protection do you have? I can show you how to fill that void. I mean, those are things you're going to see. But this is why I'm coming to the conference, right?
Right.
I mean, but in order for you to be successful, you've got to start watching a lot of the videos out there we've done. You got to start looking at the presentations that we do. Because when you just walk into a conference with the mindset of, I'm coming to a conference today and I'm going to walk out of there making a 6-figure income. Well, that's crazy talk.
Sure
I
is.
mean, I don't know who's selling you on that, but don't listen to it. What you need to listen to is this is just a step into why I need to partner with people like Andrew, why I need to partner with people like Gaylan, because you're not going to retain it all in a 30 to 45-minute session. This is a building your business classroom setting. So scaling your business is a very simple process to me, but it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of brain power, and not brain power of being an immense IQ, a brain power of when do I bring this into my presentation? How do I bring it in so that my client's not confused, like thinking they're eating at the Cheesecake Factory when you open up a book and you have 102 things you
The
can
stressful
choose
menu.
from? I
Stressful
mean,
menu.
it's a stressful menu. So I am a very much a KISS theory person. In the old days, you could say keep it simple, stupid. Now I say keep it simple, sweetie, just to make
I like
everybody
that.
feel
I
good.
like that. I
But
keep saying stupid, so I'm gonna
yeah,
be politically
yes.
correct from now on.
But when you're talking to a client, think about how you would want to be talked to and with. If you're lecturing people, most people do this.
Yep. Tune
If
out.
you're encouraging people that you want to protect their assets, protect their children, protect them from financial devastation that killed my father, I don't want that to happen to another soul, Mr. Jones. Why would Mr. Jones ever shut me off or kick me out for being so caring? If you're saying, hey, I've got to meet quota this week, I got to sell 6 of these, I need you to buy one. If you don't buy one, you're the worst person in the planet. I'm never buying from a person like that. I'm going to slam the door on them, and then I'm going to call the police on them because they're just con artists. They don't care about me. They don't care about my mom. They don't care about your dad. And I don't know about y'all. Most of y'all know my story, so y'all know this is going to sound stupid when I say it. But I haven't had a mom or dad put money in my bank account in a really long time. But when I look at the money that comes into my bank account, it's coming from somebody's mom, somebody's dad, somebody's grandma, somebody's grandfather, somebody's aunt, somebody's uncle. I am always going to treat them with the utmost respect that I possibly can. And that's how I teach people to scale their business. Most of the people that have been in this business any time at all that I trust and appreciate, like a Chris Westfall or a Dante Cantu, or people out there that just really, truly are a legend in our business and care about their clients. They're not talking about, hey, bro, come make money with me. That's not what we do. That's not how I do it. And I watch a lot of these people these days, and I'm like, I know their hearts are better than that. So quit talking about it in that way. What we do is protect people from the most devastating illnesses and accidents that can happen. And we're there for them. That coffee or that Coke or that whatever their choice is that they would rather spend their money on first prior to protecting their assets, those are always going to be there. It's our job to protect them first. And when you see that, you act that way, and you are that way, and you have all these products on yourself and you can show the clients, that's when you go from zero to hero. Your bank accounts will take care of the zeros the more times you're a hero to your client. And a lot of people can call that Max Licato or, oh, Gaylan, you're trying to be the goody out there. No, I'm not trying. I am. I treat these people like I treat my parents because I don't ever want to get that call that says, hey, you didn't do this right by my mother.
Yeah.
I left your mom a thank you note, and I also left you a thank you note and your 2 sisters a thank you note showing exactly what we did with mom today. Ask her for those thank you letters because I want you to always know that we're here to take care of your mother or your father. And by the way, I have a declination form where your mom said she didn't want this product or she didn't want that product. We went through all of that. I also asked her who helps her make her financial decisions. She told me she makes them all on her own. The reason I asked that question is I want to involve you in this. But sometimes people are private. Whenever you can say that back to an adult child, they know you care about them and their parents. And that's what we're bringing to the conference, those types of things.
Right. And guys, that was a master class from Gaylan, a mini master class at that, because there's more to come at the conference. I can't believe you gave out all that knowledge. There's more to come, really. That's just really scratching the surface, but I just learned a couple
True
nuggets
story.
right now. All
Yep.
true stories, all true stories. So again, guys, if you guys got value from this episode, I'm going to keep it short and light just so that We're not spilling all of the beans. I want all of the value jam-packed. Galen has a busy day that day too. So when you're there, make sure you actually show up and you're actually bringing your notebook, your pen. You're going to need it. Okay. So
I'll
whether
be
you're
there
brand
early.
new, yeah, absolutely. And whether you're brand new to this, you know, this whole bundling, this whole cross-selling, or if you're just ready to scale your agency from just being a solopreneur, you know, her session is going to give you that edge. Okay. This is the reason why, you know, I have the pleasure of having her there, right? She was there last year, held it down, basically held it down by herself. And it was amazing value. Everybody got a lot out of it. So, guys, please register for the conference. That we still
Register
have.
today. They need to register today.
They
Why
need
are
to
they putting it
register
off?
immediately. And
Yep.
what we need right now is a registration right
Yep.
now, like
Yep.
literally right
Yep.
now.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
and guys, you're $97 again. I keep saying it's a steal for Galen to be in your presence. Galen has spoken at you name it. Okay. And these are high ticket conferences. These are high ticket, you know, privatized sessions. These are high. Galen is a high ticket speaker. I mean,
Yep.
the cliche is get in the room, but guys, even coming back from Galen's SSB event, she throws with her partner Taylor Martin, in the help of Scotty O'Brien.
Yep.
Love him. Galen's right hand man. Um, we just came back from the Charles Schwab PGA event, right? And that was a great couple days of just, you know, it is half relaxing, but half, hey, what the heck is going on? And just
Mm-hmm.
getting in the room and just learning these little things, building relationships with people that you have never thought that you would have ever had crossed paths with and you would never have been involved with. And then all of a sudden, that conversation just evolves into another one, and then you have a
Yep.
just like that, a 5 year relationship, Galen. I think I've known you for 5 years, right? So
Yep.
just like that, getting into the room, getting started. If you're the dumbest person in the room, not the dumbest, the least, the least smartest person in
Ignorant.
the room, you are in the right place. I am telling
That's
you
right.
that. And I'm not saying it as an insult. I'm saying that as an opportunity. So, Galen, thanks
We're
for
going to get our
for
vernacular correct before we
yeah,
come.
yeah, yeah. Let's
Promise.
let's just be politically correct. I'm working on it myself too, Galen, and
Well, you know,
and
we're unscripted.
you know that part. So,
Yep.
again, Galen, thanks for being on here, and
Thanks
thank
for
you
having
guys
me.
for yeah, absolutely. Thanks for you guys for tuning into this because this is going to be very fun. I know that the impact of what she will say and this conference will make a difference in your business. So, hope to see you guys all
100%.
there. So, guys, please
Let's have
register.
fun.
Let's have fun. Let's get down to it. Galen, you're going to have a great time too. And hopefully, guys, I'll see you there and I'll see you at the next video.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.